Yes, guys, Marty from AFTV. I'm here with my man Tosin. We watched this game where Arsenal beat Slavia Prague away from home 3-0 in the Champions League. We watched this together on a watch-along. I'd like to know what you thought about this game.
The team understood the assignment. The assignment was to come here. We got injuries, no Gyökeres. We're going to play a rotated 11. Can you come here, keep a clean sheet, and get a credible result away from him? Which they did. So the team understood the assignment, bro.
And the team delivered the assignment. 3-0, look, albeit probably not the best Slavia Prague opposition in Slavia Prague, but still a credible opposition, Champions League football, and with a rotated squad. What does this say to you about Arsenal?
It tells me that we're a team that means business. I think the biggest compliment I can give Arsenal this season is that they're getting the results that we expect them to get. Because I can't tell you the amount of times last season I've looked at teams and I've been like, you know what, we should be winning this. We should be winning this. We should be winning this. We end up drawing. We end up conceding a stupid goal. Sometimes we even end up losing, right? But I can confidently say pretty much every game, bar the Liverpool, Man City, every game I've looked at the opposition and said, okay, I expect us to win. We've done it.
Yeah, cool. So pick out some defining moments in this game today. Where do you think the key battles throughout the pitch were won and lost for both teams?
I think, to be honest, Slavia Prague started better. They started better, but I think the game kind of, I think Declan Rice has to get an honourable mention today because the game kind of started to change when he kind of dropped a bit deeper, got on the ball more, and then started popping some passes about. I think that kind of changed the momentum, and obviously the penalty. That was, obviously it was a clear pen, but still, I think that obviously helps the team. And then Marino getting the goals. I think Declan Rice stepping into midfield and changing things and winning the ball back a lot for us in midfield did the job for us.
So let's just go to that penalty quickly. Clear pen or harsh pen?
It's a clear pen, man. Like, if any one of our centre-backs does that, puts his hands up, I'm like, I'll be fuming. I'm like, why are you going for the ball like that? It was a clear pen, obvious. Saka puts the penalty away. I think there's not really much you can really protest about. Let's just say I've seen a lot of stupid penalty decisions given against us. That was one. That was a clear pen.
Cool. Take me into the second half and run me through that as you saw it.
A second half, we were 1-0 up. So really and truly, it's just, look, the opposition we're playing against, they're obviously not a great team. Like, there's lots of industry, but really and truly in the final third, they're not going to do anything. You've got the defence to contain them. Why not get some gloss on the scoreline? And that's what we did. I thought Marino didn't have a good game today, but at the end of the day...
Really?
Performance-wise, he did not.
Okay.
Performance-wise, he's man of the match, but performance-wise...
Really? He scored 2 goals?
Yeah, he scored. I'm going to get to that.
Sorry.
Performance-wise, especially in the first half, he was making some silly challenges, not winning any sort of aerial battles, but when it mattered, he delivered. And I thought after his goals, his performance got a bit better.
Okay.
So so it was really and truly. Can you add the 1-0 win? Can you shut up all the set piece FC haters? Can you get some goals? And that's what we did.
No, just for me, I think scoring 2 goals for any player that gets a brace in a game, I'd say performance that he's performed. But I take on board what you say. Definitely in the first half, there was a slightly innocuous challenge where It was fairly rash, and a player of his calibre, you probably wouldn't expect that so much. So how do you think, obviously we've got Sunderland coming up on Saturday. It's a 5:30 kickoff, live. It's going to be a big game, to continue through our season. How do you see that going?
It won't be easy given the fact that they started so well this season, but then at the same time, this is Arsenal, I think one thing that we got to accept about the team is that Arsenal are the top dogs. We haven't won anything. I know it's very, very presumptuous for me to say that, but this season we are the top dogs. We're the team people are afraid to play. We're the team that everyone is talking about. We're the bookies' favourites, and of course that means nothing come the end of the season. But because you've got this clean sheet record, because you've got such a strong defence, because bear in mind we've got a lot of attacking injuries, and we're still pulling out good results against decent teams, Slavia Prague barring. Why should I go there and be afraid of saying that we're going to win? We should go there and we should win, and we're going to win.
Listen, I love your confidence, and I generally believe that. And it would also be a good opportunity to put some daylight between us and Sunderland. They're high up in the league, which sounds crazy. I know it does, but listen, there have been some standout performers. They've made some great additions to their squad this season. Some sort of players that aren't known sort of on this stage, and they've kind of come into Premier League. They've come into the Premier League, and they're definitely making themselves known. So, with regards to Arsenal, have played 4 games in the Champions League. We've won 4 of them, and we haven't conceded a goal. How far do you really think we can go in this competition, and why?
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Arsenal can win the Champions League.
Okay,
they can win it.
Why?
Because I think, number one, our squad, we've got probably one of the most complete squads in the Champions League. There's obviously teams that probably have a bit more to them, but I think we've got the best defence in the Champions League, that's for sure. Midfield, probably, there's other teams that have better midfields than us, better attacks, but I think as a complete team, we're very, very difficult to beat. And I think the Champions League suits Arsenal. I've been saying this for the past 2 seasons. Even the season we got back in the Champions League, 23-24 season, I said, look, the way teams set up against us in the Champions League is completely different to what we get in the Premier League. Premier League, low block, low block, low block. People don't do that in the Champions League. No. They don't do that. They actually want to come and play. And I think that suits Arsenal to a T. We reached the quarters 23-24. We reached the semis 25-26 with Kivior playing centre-back and Marino playing up top, battering Real Madrid. Like, you have to deep what we've done. We've played Atletico and Real Madrid in 2025 and we have an aggregate score of 7-0. You'd be mad for me to think, with our squad being improved, with the defence we have, I can't back us getting to the final and winning the Champions League. We can do it. How many teams can really beat Arsenal in the Champions League? Probably you're looking this season, maybe Bayern, but we'll see. 21st of November, we'll see what's what.
We will indeed. Well, thank you very much, my man. It's been an absolute pleasure watching it with you. So please check out all of AFTV's content, all the other fan cams, all the other podcasts coming out this week, and also the watch along will be live on Saturday at 5:30. It's going to be great. I've been Marty. This has been Tosin. It's been AFTV signing out.
GFN Soccer TV, with all your favourite shows in one place, is now live in the UK with Samsung TV Plus.